collected clues, and it was almost like a immature alley cat that we did around the city, and it was great types of events that we keep throwing, ladies stuff, guys stuff, honoring the men and the women that love to ride or at least support our cause. And here we are today, Tomboys and Mimosas, doing a lot differently than I ever imagined this could be, and it's definitely thanks to you all for happening. So the first announcement I wanted to make was about First Friday Crit. That is the latest and greatest of our creations here. First Friday Crit, it's in the name. It happens on First Fridays. And First Fridays is just a late night crit that happens somewhere in the city. You find out by, your friends and maybe the site if you catch it fast enough. And started here and run by women and human powered, which is great because our last and actually first showing before we had a crazy breakout and everything like that, we started it. A First Friday Crit is just 5 laps around as fast as you can, and we have prime laps where you win prizes and just enjoy yourself. We had about what do we have? We had 19 riders last time, fixed and geared, mostly fixed, which was cool because it was like, hey, and it was an amazing race and an amazing time. Had a lot of people show up thanks to the Wild Dogs, bringing their crew of oh my God, 50 people, and then the Chivos and everybody else that showed up. Y'all were excellent, and I gotta thank my PIC and fun and wonderful Fabi for helping me get all this together, and I don't lose my brain off of everything that I tried to imagine. So that is First Friday Crit. The next one will most likely be in November, and that is a holding month. Because I just want to make sure that everyone is safe and we're good, and if not, we just gotta keep postponing until then. But otherwise, if you check out on Instagram our First Friday Crit page, we're gonna have monthly giveaways. Right now is kind of tagging on with the Trek Challenge. If you did 100, 500, or 1,000 miles for the month, we're just adding some San Antonio flavor baskets in for 2 winners to say that you did it. We're keeping track on Strava, so First Friday Crit on Strava is on there. Check it out, and maybe you can win. Check out what the leaderboard is looking out between, I guess, the male and female categories, new winners. So I know we've had a couple of riders on there that do 300 within a week, 300 miles a week, and it's amazing. So First Friday Crit, even if you are not in San Antonio, you can participate. Join it, and I will ship the prize to you. The point is to get anyone and everyone out there. Tomboys and Mimosas, that is the main thing about it. Yes, it is. Always want new winners, so I keep track of who's been winning so everybody has that chance, because I know how it is in riding to, maybe you want to do a family challenge. Send me your ideas. Tomboys and Mimosas about meeting humans, so humans can participate and be a part of the process, because it is wild out here what we can do with all this time that we have. So on to that. Also here, want to create a stage for everyone. Sprout to yourself and others of what you can do, making an effect that builds a movement, something that you can kind of join in, be a part of at any time, no matter, and become a mass solution. There's so many stories out here as far as, oh man, this kind of downtrodden's me, and I understand to the point where no other, and I love to be that uplifting group that we build, that network that we drive, that's got to amp up what life is about and amp up what's happening in your district, your company, your community, to make a community, know what that means, and know the difference between I think I heard it recently, a community and a clique, and you just want to make sure that you are highlighting the good as much as you can, because it can get drowned out, and we want to make a simple justification that it says we are doing good and we are trying to make solutions here. So that is a part of the change that what Tomboys and Mimosas is going to be. If you've looked at the page and the screen, it's about a lot of experiences that I've had, but not because of myself, but because of everyone that has been able to contribute. I mean, whether it's been in yoga, cycling, living, moving, even going back home, finding those things to say, hey, we can do it. I ain't no rich bitch. So know that, it's one of those things. If I can do it, you can do it. Yes, you can, because there are so much things. Yes, build up the love. Love it. Grow in our neighborhoods, in our communities. And if you see it in San Antonio, it's not that I want to restrict it. I want it going forth into the final frontier or beyond. Yes, indeed. I can't stress enough that humans are what matter, and, the experiences, I see you spoke on here, and it's wonderful. Like, that was like the latest experience. I'm like, oh, this happens, people get to do this stuff. Wear like this amazing clothing, and oh my goodness, I'm going to list as many and everybody that I can down in this page, and of course on upcoming posts that we'll have that are going to be more educational, more informative, a little bit more of rallying for things to talk about the wonderful things. Oh, y'all are awesome. Y'all made me feel so great the other day. Woo, tell you about it more later. But to have that diversity, that inclusion, that mobility, the necessity, the accessibility, showing what's going to be between equity and equality, because those things sometimes they get meddled and all this stuff, and there's just craziness of leaving people out, and we got to be fair some way, somehow. So if I'm getting fast, it's because I do have quite a bit. The second thing is, it has been madness in the warehouse, and even though I post a lot, it's a lot. Not gonna lie. But to start off, I guess secondly, I talked about First Friday crit. So if you don't know, yes, I absolutely am drawn to the crit scene. I'm more of a long distance person, and I love it, but most of my friends are crit racers, and they've been everywhere from Oklahoma, and I've loved to go see them, to Houston. Oh my goodness, absolutely my favorites, and that I've gotten to know in this bike scene and all this, and like going to Austin and seeing that, it has been an incredible thing. So if you don't know what crit racing is, it's like, think of like the NASCAR of bikes, but probably better beer, and a lot of great outfits out there, and you can't imagine like the coolest people in the world, getting to know the streets and stuff. And it's something similar that kind of, since I don't do crits, I love to do alley cats, which is discovering your city. So this is something actually we had for my friend's birthday. It was called a taco cat, and friends had to go and earn their way around the city to different places and earn their tacos and birthday cakes and their alley cats, which are so much fun. And we hosted it at a local bike shop called Hub Market, E-Planet Bikes, down in Southtown. So if you go, yes, I'm going to be dropping a whole lot of names here, but I will list them. So you make sure you follow them, be inspired, and all that good stuff. Check my stories, because I'm always posting up about them and what they're doing. There's a lot of stuff going on, even amidst all this, and it's virtual things, activities, or even just supporting businesses that want to grow. It is incredible what people have created in this time, and I am absolutely thrilled to see some more of everything. So yes, that was First Friday Crit. I'm going to check this out because I have so much more. Another great thing is that recently we discovered a lot of people biking more, especially in my job as a transportation planner for the city. We've definitely noticed a lot of things, and the great thing is, and I absolutely love my team for this, is that we are engineers, planners, thinkers, and actual riders of the city. So we wanted also, to build a growth, support, and everything, and not just for, for the city, but also for ourselves, because we understand, the same gripes that we have. We want to be able to move around the city and see what other cities are doing safely. So we had a couple of meetings in this past month, and actually a lot of progress where we've developed petitions, roads that we want to redesign, which are called like road diets, and find a way to make it a little bit more mobile. So it's called Voices of Mobility, and it's a movement in and of itself. And we're looking for people that are ready to speak out, ready to say, hey, I want this to change. These are things that we want, and this is how we should do it. Bring it to the people that can make a change even bigger and louder for us, but mainly being that front line that people say we can do better, we can be better, we are better because we are we. And Voices of Mobility is that. And we have surveys out right now, and we're also looking at adopting streets, participating, but also during these talks, and you are welcome to DM me Voices of Mobility, on mobility, and about what it is that we need to help change this city, not just San Antonio. Not just San Antonio, because I absolutely love my hometown of Maryland and DC and everything, and there are so many things that people are doing, which we've seen in this organization called NACTO, NACTO. It is about community, being safe, and having infrastructure for all ages, and seeing what's happening as far as what's good, not just for cyclists, but for pedestrians and those that aren't capable of doing so. So ADA compatibility, street lights, lamps, neighborhood walk scores, anything like that is going to be important. So our first topics are getting that mobility, getting that drive, and understanding what needs to be happening. And a part of that I would love to see more of, and I love seeing it this past spring and winter, is a hashtag called We Exist. We Exist is tagging bike lanes that are blocked, sidewalks that are destroyed, places where you can't move anymore, and it's crazy that it's not getting fixed. Whether it's your local police department that needs to get it fixed, or it's you that needs to say, hey, we're going to stand here and sit here and do whatever it is. I know like earlier, or late last year, there was a die-in for, just negligent things. We want to make sure that, you are being heard. We exist, we want to keep that kind of what they say, the algorithm going. We exist is tagging a black and white photo, because that's what it is, a black and white scene of places being blocked, who to call when to get there, what person in charge of your area should know about what is happening. Because if you don't say or speak up, or if you want to get to someone that does speak up, we want that We Exist tag to help, and have that be known to tag those leaders in your area, whether it is that bike lane that's always blocked by a delivery truck. On my way to work even, that is a constant barrier that, especially if you're in rush hour traffic, it's scary sometimes, because you're going one way and you don't think you have to change lanes, and the next thing you know, you're trying to not get hit by a car that's trying to speed by you so you don't have to pass. So that's the hashtag We Exist, and no matter where you are, make it happen, because not only is it a 311 thing, which exists in most cities, but it is also a service that should be done by your local police department as far as enforcement is concerned. And as far as enforcement is concerned, the education part about it is very important. Being important to be educated, know your rules of the roads as a walker, as a cyclist, as anybody, a human that crosses a street. It is important. So if you need information on that, also resources like Bike Law is available. Seeing that, you're applying what it is. So you're not scared of that enforcement, but to let that enforcement know, hey, this needs to be changed. I remember it was probably like a few weeks back, I was riding, and then they got pulled over for not being in a bike lane when it was a bike sharo. And a sharo is sharing the street with, the cars and everything like that. It's because there's no formal infrastructure or line to say of where you're supposed to be, right? So just pull it up to that police officer, be like, hey, respectfully, this is what it is. We need to be educated on what are our rights as people being on the roads, no matter who you are, and standing up for your right to have a way to move around the city. So that's hashtag We Exist. Tag it up, black and white, something really easy. You can put on your stories, on your timeline, wherever you want to put it. I would love to see it. Road trips. Those are happening too on the page. Take them if you can. I definitely encourage it. I would love to see it. Road trip shindigs, that's what I'm kind of tagging that as, and that's also going to be on the page, but it's not just for fun, but ways to get a peace of mind. I teach yoga as well for Sound Bites Yoga, and I do a lot of traveling, within this quarantine. with my dog and stuff. And, you know, like getting out of the house is definitely important. And like even taking drives to just, I don't know, the middle of wherever is something that is really important to take for a peace of mind. So if you do see that coming up, road trips, Soundbites Yoga is the page for yoga, kind of going back and forth on what is being created on this page. After this, I'll also have the YouTube channel up, which actually myself and a few friends, yay, have done as far as getting together and showing diversity and inclusion. You can check the video out. It's on the page as well. It's adversity through diversity. And that adversity through diversity has been so important, especially now, in showing not just your allies, but who are true people in your life. It's always easy to ask, how are you doing? But it's another thing to ask, how are you being treated? And if you're not feeling that you're being treated the same as anyone else, no matter where it's on the job, or, you know, just at the restaurant, or just a service that you're trying to get, or something that in life you feel like is not fair, we've created those types of things where we want to create a safe space. And yes, that is used sometimes out of context and sometimes not true, but for real, if anything, of meeting people, I would say is my experience in life, not just in San Antonio, which has been a great example of meeting people. Meet someone or people, some bodies that will treat you to the point you do have that peace of mind. And it is not like, hey, I'm going to give you like my hurrah, hurrah type of, you know, advice. But Tomboys and Mimosas is not just kind of one focus. I have a lot of focuses on here, which the YouTube channel will bring up. And we're going to have the first, I guess, big episode, not just the video that's up, talking about the Pizza Life Fondo. Fondo is a long ride for anyone who's cycling or anything like that. And if you are into it, and even if you just want to volunteer for it, Pizza Fondo will be happening in January. And the importance of that date for January 8th through the 10th, it is the week before Martin Luther King weekend, which is very big in San Antonio. So having that before is to have that diversity and inclusion and talk about equality, because what I want Pizza Life Fondo is, not only is it like the beginning of the year to start off as big as you can, we'll have mileage from 15 miles to 100 miles. So no matter what kind of bike you have, you will be able to participate. And that's the greatest thing about it. And for this, for the routes and everything, another shout out is to thank, you know, Quick Draw Coffee up in, you know, kind of Bullis Park area, if you're ever up there. He definitely has helped a lot with these routes and like the suggestions and seeing what's safe, so we can make sure that we have the best possible route for, you know, anyone that is just getting out there. And of course, there are going to be episodes on our YouTube, but starting on Instagram, we're going to go live every Sunday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, talking, you know, to different people, not just cyclists, but activists and people that are like, yo, I am just interested in doing this right now. And follow it on Pizza Life Fondo. It'll be there. Pizza Life Fondo, actually registration starts tomorrow. Yay! So Pizza Life Fondo, I have to thank Peter for, you know, using his time to help, you know, get some graphics for me. And even more so, another person, I'm just so happy and so proud of, Finn from Hyperthreads. She has helped me with all of this decoration and everything to start marketing for this. She's helped design kits, her and her crew, at Hyperthreads, if you're ever interested in finding kits. And the wonderful thing is, not only has she been a great person to have conversations with, we met at Red Bull a couple of years ago, and then ever since then it's just like, yo, I love your hair, I love what you do. Beautiful person. And Hyperthreads, and also Bike Hardcore, they have been great kind of people as far as, you know, getting to what I need. It helps clean my bike, that's for sure. And then Hyperthreads I love because it actually looks like products that fit women too. Of course, there's always, you know, the male brand out there that is wonderful to have, but also in this sport, it's very male dominated. So finding something that another woman supports, and, you know, not just telling me, but actually like talking to me about, Hyper Threads has been out there to help me with this Fondo graciously, which makes it all kind of come together. So Pizza Life Fondo registration opens up tomorrow, and sponsorship stuff is going out starting August 1st as well, because I want to gradually start introducing people. You know, as soon as they say, hey, yes, I am a sponsor, a supporter, I want to be a volunteer, I want you to be there and on one of our YouTube episodes. You never know who we might have on there, so it might be local, it might be big, it might be kind of weird, but we're going to have those conversations, and not just about, like I said, bike topics or anything about mobility, but cultural topics, things that have been bugging us. Hey, we might just go off and say, you know what, F it, we're just going to go ahead and talk. But I want to get that conversation, and if you have a topic that you want to talk about that you feel is important, whether it's data finding, which I absolutely love. So if you want to make like a magic dinner, have some beer and be like, I want to talk data and tech and all this other stuff, let's do it. And let's throw in a little bit of environmental too while we're here. So I'm going to take a bit. I did mention to you, I am the owner of Sound Bites Yoga, which is another thing, you know, to follow, but Sound Bites Yoga is yoga for all. It's donation based, and it's developed for the past 3 years, and it's something that, you know, I am very proud to say that I have had a good backing and support of all that stuff as far as the encourage to keeping going. So great thing that you asked, a girl there. In fact, as far as yoga is concerned, one of the places I teach my classes at is at Kunstler Brewery when they are open, and this is actually a beet ginger Hefeweizen. If you are ever interested in drinking, they do have open to goes. They are a German brewery. If you can see Kunstler right there, and they have wonderful food too. If you ever go on Tuesdays, which we used to have class on, they had lobster rolls, and they have this dreamy cake and the bratwurst and everything. And this is the beautiful glass in which it comes in. So I would think it's one of the most healthiest beers you can drink, because it's beets and ginger, and it tastes and out of this, I'm not sure if you can see as well, I know there might be a little reflection, but here, it is run by Brandon, actually a really good guy that we kind of happen to meet on Instagram. He has Black Beer Travelers, and he just is amazing as far as if you want to know about the latest craft beers made by people of color, people that support, if you have ever seen, you know, Weathered Souls doing the Black is Beautiful. If they can mail it, I don't know, but we got each other's numbers, so we can we can figure that out. As far as that's Sound Bites Yoga. It starts from beginners, and if you want private classes or something like that, I do that. Go to the homes, or we go out to a park, and we just kind of do the same thing according to your wishes. So that is, I know it's a lot. And I think I took care of it in a decent amount of time, and I'm so glad y'all are still here. If y'all have questions, yes, please. If you're talking about, you know, mailing up drinks and stuff like that, I know there's like an app out there. I could text it to you or something. But out of all of this, I definitely want to share what we've been doing professionally, which is another thing about Tomboys and Mimosas that is going to change a little bit more. Kind of infiltrated a little bit with the stories, political pieces, more so political as far as activity, what biking means, what mobility means, and, you know, how does it feel to, you know, be you or be me or anyone out in the scene, you know, doing what it is out here in the world that, you know, can possibly change everything that, you know, defines that diversity, that inclusivity, that mobility, and what's necessary in our lives to keep going. Oh my goodness. I do want to mention, I saw SATX Social Club is here. Hi. they are doing a drive for schools. And if you have any kind of supplies, drop them off at the Hub Market. I have it posted in my stories, and there are some local groups here that are part of that process as far as kids, going back to school and stuff, and supporting, whatever we need to, which is another piece that I just want to make sure is out there. All the people that, that are on my feed right now have been a part of this. If it seems like, oh man, she's getting paid for this, no, but it's like the paid-in experience and oh my goodness, the amount of friends that have made everywhere, like across the world. It has been miraculous to see the bike clubs and shops and the people, and hey, it's SA Bike Share. Yes, I want to. I gotta send my Friday dance video. They have been, marketing like crazy out there. Oh, she is wonderful. And if you see their movement as well as part of the Bike Share in San Antonio, what used to be B-Cycle, and you might see that in other cities, bike shares are so important. Yes, bike shares. Like I said, if it weren't for a bike share, I don't know how I would have started Tomboys Mimosas without a bike, because I didn't have one. But a bike share was there, and I thought I was the fastest thing with the 3 clicks, and I was fast. I was really fast. And a bike got me everywhere that I wanted to be, which was, right here. And I definitely think, yes, I definitely thank SA Bike Share for doing so, and I've seen their work and what they're doing, and being a part of BMAC here, which is like a bicycle initiated, and they also have PMAC, which is pedestrian initiated, finding alternatives, or just getting to know and being educated of how they can participate in the community, which is important for us to know how, which is driven by our MPO, our Alamo MPO. Usually every city has this, which is the local government that gets, a grant to know about their city, inform them, show maps and education and events and anything. Like the city and our MPO, we have classes available where we're able to give out helmets, and even professionally, with us working for the city, we're able to, help build bike plans, do pop-ups. We have a survey out already for Share the Streets movement, which another is going up soon on Cesar Chavez. Like, it's so much good stuff that I am so happy to actually be a part of it. Dorchel, oh my goodness, like me and my pup love going there, and I love it because my family loves Dorchel, and their stuff as well has been incredible. So I know I'm going over the place, but as far as professionalism, I know Dorchel has been a hosting spot for the People for Bikes movement that's been out here, and the talks that they've had. And Dorchel is another kind of like not kind of, but definitely is a bike-friendly company. If you ever get to try their high wheel, do it, because man, I mean, and their t-shirts, awesome. They have the high wheel and everything. It's awesome. So yes, for all those that are participating and following in, please ask questions if you have more. I love it. Keep it going. Keep it flowing. Like I said, it's madness in the warehouse. So to keep it moving and keep it going, I have notes here. I am a notebook person to die for, and also a beer notebook person. So, you get those at Hub Market if you want those kind of beer boxes made into notebooks. They are fantastic. So to get going on this, for that YouTube, the YouTube is going to be the downloaded videos from our Instagram Live, and they're also going to be on Pizza Life Fondo. So that Pizza Life Fondo, the YouTube, it's all going to be up, trust me. So no need to memorize my madness here. And the first one is actually involving a lady cycling team called Lady Fuckery. And as great as that name is, it is a Lady Fuckery. Go look them up, and it is spelled F-K-R-Y, F-U-K-R-Y, for that lady group right there. And they're also a general group as well for Team Fuckery, but the lady version of it is going to be an interview on Sunday. And we're going to talk about how they're founded, what they've done. gone everywhere with them as far as riding and seeing their performance and seeing their growth. And they've even supported, I met them on a brunch ride that we had where we made waffles in the park and went swimming and all this stuff. It was a wonderful Saturday, and ever since, experiencing like Confluence Park and all, they have gone everywhere from Oklahoma to San Francisco, and I know they're traveling now for races, and it's just I'm in awe. And Jackie and Marissa will be on that for our first episode, and I'm so excited to have them on. They have definitely developed something for women out there that just want to just ride, and not only that, become strong in riding. These ladies are wonderful strength, and great friends on top of that. As far as, they are always in San Antonio, and we need to get out there more and get more people, and have more women groups out there that want to not just showcase strength, but show support, and that we can do the damn thing too. Because one thing is that, you don't get enough credit for women being out there when, a lot of emotion can go into a lot of things in winning. But it's like the most strategic, mindful, incredible, joints that ever happen on here. So Sunday, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time on here on Instagram, nice and live. All right. So going to some of our supporters, it's it's a nice little list, but love to tell the stories about them as well. So I don't know if you've ever seen the purple and yellow, but I definitely want to do giveaways as well. Live giveaways where we support the butt. And it's great to have them because, kind of did a random conversation with them, and they are butt butter, but I have socks and stickers, and then the actual products of like this is the Her line. And there's also other ones like the Euro and everything like that. Stuff that helps you in your cycling and your running. Definitely got a shout out to Connor out here. I'll put his name down as well. He's taught me, a little bit about, tri training and helping me get in shape through all this. Needed that positive mindscape, and trying for a try is, it is one of those things. And something that actually Michelle had let me know about is called Fund Her Try, which unfortunately didn't happen this year as far as participating in a try, but it's an organization which now they have a diversity component to it. Check out their fundraiser for that, for Fund Her Try. And it's, about leadership and sponsorship for women that want to do triathlons, or women that want to be coached in different kinds of sports like the swimming, the running, and the cycling. And my coach, Jenna, she is actually in Switzerland. And Jenna in Switzerland, she has been the funniest and the greatest, and seeing her adventures out there in the mountains makes me totally jealous. But it is great between Jenna and Connor. I'm like, I see the European part of what a triathlete looks like, and then seeing the American part and seeing what he's doing, and like their two worlds combined have made the most impression on me. It's been wonderful to see, what progress I can have personally, but everything that they can do for other people, and showing and making athletes no matter where you are. And it's cool to see your numbers go up in the good direction, right? So thank you, Connor and Jenna out of Switzerland. I know she's probably asleep right now in her time zone, but thank y'all so much for being the people that you are, and actually getting me out of my comfort zone and actually wanting to try. Another thing is it's quite a bit. I had a great conversation with Schmidt Bike Bags. He is out kind of like Midwest right now, and he makes these kind of like personal incredible bikes for like this part right here of your bike, at least one that I'm getting, yay. And it was just great, like him and some others that have made great progress as far as conversations of wanting to see that diversity and inclusivity out there in the cycling community. Yes, it is a changing world, and we see what is happening every day as a testimony for, you know, who people are, and having a conversation like that. And, you know, definitely friends and stuff message me, or people I don't know, and I'm like, what, you want to talk about that? Cool. Have been great. And even those that are like, yo, I don't know you, but I'm here for you, I support you, what can I donate, or what can I know? I'm not the go-to all, so I'm going to probably send you to somebody else who will know better than I, especially if I don't know the answers. It is definitely important to find those accountable resources, or people to know, how are they feeling? Are they doing okay? And, you know, not just for their peace of mind to know that someone's out there, but for your peace of mind to show that you care. Because sometimes you need several sips to get through the day. And with that, go into another supporter, which I love talking to them. They're wonderful, you know, actually kind of a family, and, you know, been, I would say, responsible for most of my travels, or the reasons that I wanted to travel, which is Velo Guide. Velo Guide, a nice green and white, if you've ever seen it. Velo Guide has been one of those things where I got to meet people around the world, and not just meeting them as, you know, individuals, but on a bike as well, and seeing countries, as they say, ride like a local. And they are actually out of Mexico, and this place called Bucerias. And in Bucerias, it's a very wonderful little town. And I mean, like I said, if I can afford it, you should try and go for it. Definitely try and go for it, because Velo Guide has, you know, given me people, tour guides in each of these cities that I've gone to. And like, I love it, talking about, oh man, talking about an experience. Like one of my most memorable ones outside of Mexico has been Iceland. Iceland was a place that I never would imagine. Some friends said, hey, let's go to this music festival. I was like, hey, we got a couple of days before the festival, I want a bike. Looked up the country, looked at the city. Velo Guide was there, and he is like the freaking mayor of the town, and it was incredible. He sang, we ate, we drank beer. It was like, whoa, types of things. So Velo Guide is a thing. It is wonderful. And I don't know if you follow any kind of bike influencers like the vegan cyclists or anything like that, but go out there and try. Go out there and try Velo Guide. It's in your city too. I'm sure of it. I am so sure of it. And if it's not, we will find one, or I'm going to come and we're going to make sure that you find a ride out there. Ride like a local with Velo Guide. They also offer spin classes now online, which you can do and, you know, try out right now. They're going through a beta practice, and I mean, the good conversations that I've had with Velo Guide have been, you know, amazing people. And another reason why I actually like them, because of their socks. And after that, they're like, hey, you want to be a guide in your city? I was like, hell yeah. So Velo Guide is a bike cycling company which tours, and, you know, we go eat tacos if you want, we go drink beer if you want, we go out to a healthy place and celebrate your birthday. Whatever it is, you can create your own tour, or we can create one for you. And that is Velo Guide. It's really cool to get to know, you know, another side of the world. I know it's kind of restricted now, but while we are, you have other cities, 50 states possibly to go to in Mexico, and Velo Guide in Bucerias, which is about 30 minutes outside of Puerto Vallarta, and you just drive down there or take a cab, and next thing you know, you're at this beautiful beachfront area, riding bikes. They have hill challenges in the winter where you